stats aside, playing in the SEC these last 2 years probably has made him a better pro prospect. And maybe if he just had one more year at Oklahoma, won the Heisman, and gone on, maybe he's more ready to step in. Maybe I'm a Bears fan. They get rid of Justin Fields. Spencer Rattler could step in, I think, and play earlier based on what he's been through the last 2 years at South Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely. You make a lot of great points there. I think that he is, pro ready. And that's the thing I look at too, is that, there's a huge difference, between, great college quarterbacks to me and NFL great quarterbacks, and a lot of times what I say is that, I'm watching these prospects through, the NFL colored, glasses, if you will. And so I'm looking for things like, you're talking about, like, I definitely agree. I mean, the offensive coordinator, Dow Logans, this year definitely did a great job in getting him pro ready. I mean, the television announcers talked about it, quite often during the games. And also about how he had matured, with those offensive line challenges you touched on, how he had, kind of got in there a little bit more. And they talked about the leadership and the maturity that he had and, kind of learning those different things that you alluded to. And so, when I'm watching these guys, I'm watching for things that translate to success in the National Football League that I've seen over the last 40 plus years. Things like, progressions. Are these guys going through the progressions in the pocket? Are they just one read quarterbacks, just lock in and go? So, I mean, quarterbacks in the NFL, you see them, they're looking around, they got to be able to go through multiple, progressions with the complexity of the National Football League and the defenses and everything that they have. Another thing I'm looking at too is time to throw. That's a big one, and with and the thing I like about Spencer too, when he's back in the pocket, he's setting up shop, is that he's got extremely quick reflexes. I mean, you see him back there. He's just really, you guys, I'm sure you've seen it. Like he's really fast and moving around back there. And his time to throw is at, according to PFF, is 2.82 seconds, which compares, of course, it's a different level. It's an apples to oranges comparison, but it does compare to the Commanders quarterback, Sam Howell, who's also at 2.82 seconds, to kind of give an idea how that might translate. But I'm looking at that. That's important. I mean, that's the thing that's really hurt Justin Fields in Chicago. I think his time to throw is like 3.23 seconds, and according to Next Gen Stats, that I mean, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, you better get the ball in your hands or you're going to be in trouble and you're going to be running around in the National Football League. So that's something I look at, the time to throw. I also look at ball placement, different than completion percentage. I'm looking for a quarterback that can put the ball where it needs to be with the receivers, and so they can catch it and go and run right through it, opposed to jumping and diving and doing all this crazy stuff like we saw like a Zach Wilson, for example, do at BYU. And then also, too, ball security. That's a big one too. And what I mean by that for our listeners is that, is taking care of the football, not just the interceptions, but I personally chart PBU's pass breakups during the games when I watch them. And I'm really looking at how many times are the defenders getting a helmet, a hand, something on, batting the ball down the line of scrimmage is something I look at. And that's an area where Spencer really improved this last season,